Have you ever been in a position where somebody was actually trying to get over on you because they thought you were lacking knowledge about the music game?
All the time. It comes with the territory. It comes with the job. Being a musician, everybody tries to get over on you because a lot of times they don't respect musicianships as having, a real job. And a lot of times this is how you eat, this is how you live. So anytime that you're not respected in what you do, you always get someone trying to get over you all the time. Situations where, for example, if you come to a gig, you show up on time, you do your part, you do material, and at the end of the day, the person says, well, I never agreed to pay you this amount, but all I have right now to give you is this amount, and you have, which is less than half of what you actually asked for in the first place, And a lot of times it happens because they don't know, probably because they don't know your name, or because they haven't seen you play around. So since they think that you're a new person on the block, that they think they don't respect you. So it happens all the time, all the time.
Okay. What kind of advice would you give to prevent that from happening?
Honestly, sometimes you really can't prevent it, but I mean, like I said before, pretty much if you stay on top of your game, then everything that is owed to you, you will get. So what I would suggest to those people who are musicians, who are aspiring to be a musician, is one of the major things is, of course, like I just mentioned, stay on top of your game, be on time, be dependable. Another thing I would probably suggest would be contracts. Because a lot of times, whatever promises that you were made regarding your pay and any stipulations that they would have regarding paying you, you would have it in writing. So you would have physical evidence, and if they don't do their end of the bargain, then you could actually be able to take them to court and get everything that you're owed.
And that would actually ruin their name as far as other musicians working with them, because if you take them to court and that gets out there, that this dude, it could be somebody that's doing little tours here and there, but if that gets out there that they are kind of messed up as far as their business,
right?
That's one thing that's important. So if they know that they got you on a contract, then 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna try to get over you, because the simple fact that their name is on the line. So that's an important aspect.
Right.
What people have you worked with? What artists have you worked with?
I've worked with, as far as R&B artists, I've worked with this artist named Novel, Bobby Valentino, which we did together. We also did Novel together, actually.
Yeah.
I worked with Truth Hurts. I worked with Bubba Sparks playing with him on Jay Leno, the Franchise Boys, or Them Franchise, sorry, excuse me. Didn't mean to ruin your name there. But Them Franchise Boys, a couple of other artists that are probably no name, around the community, artists, Kenny Miles, stuff like that. Yeah.
What about gospel?
Gospel artists, a couple of choirs, LA Inner City, Darlene Day, a real good artist. Pretty much like a lot of community choirs that I've played for with conferences. High school choirs like Washington, Crenshaw choir, stuff like that.
Out of all these different things, what would you say probably was the most fun to do?
Honestly, the Jay Leno show.
The Jay Leno show?
It was most fun. Because the experience of being on TV, you gotta have everything right. You know what I'm saying? You really have to be on top of your game, because once you get there, there's no room for messing up.
Because that will ruin you forever. Nobody ever call you.
It's fun, but on top of that,
pressure.
It keeps, you know what I'm saying, you on top of everything that you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I know from experience. The first time I did Jay Leno, I was kind of nervous because it's my first time being on TV. Right. Young and pretty much under the pressure, like mess up one time.
I mean, not only will it, ruin your rep as far as with that particular artist, but it will ruin your rep as far as working with anybody else. Mm-hmm. So I mean, being a musician is very fun, but as long as you basically you're on top of your game. That's the word for the day. Or the phrase for the day.
Word for the day.
Be on top of your game.
Be on top of your game. Alright, Dan, what type of equipment do you use?
My favorite drum set to use is Tama.
Why is that?
Because growing up, that was my first drum set.
Okay.
So, I've been in love with it ever since. Besides the drum set that I got from the pawn shop, my first real professional drum set was a Tama drum set. And ever since then, that's all I work with. So, Tama. As far as cymbals, Sabian. To me, Sabian has the best sound.
Why is that compared to others?
I just like it. The cymbals are crisp. The different lines, sometimes of cymbals, they get better and better. They keep coming out with new cymbals, the vaults, the HHXs, the evolutions, the ozones, stuff like that. They're unique. They're different. Every cymbal company tries to be unique and different, but I think with Sabian, it's right on the money every single time.
So, as far as your style, what separates you from a lot of cats out here in LA? Because it's a whole lot of drummers, and
it's
a lot of drummers. So what would you say separates you from them as far as how you crash the cymbals, how you
But actually, I think what separates me from everybody else is when band-wise, when I'm playing with a band, I try to hit pretty much every accent that I can. Try to, accentuate everybody else's playing at the same time, trying to, show everybody else and prove to everybody, that I'm a good drummer as well. When you hit the holes, pretty much you hit them aggressively. Whenever, different songs give you holes to be able to show off your talent, you hit them aggressively, you hit them hard, and
come back on time now.
Come back right in on time no matter what you do. I think a lot of people know me as doing a lot of off-timing things, a lot of off-timing rhythms, a lot of off-timing feels. My big cousin called me the Flam King because pretty much a lot of licks that people do that are single licks or whatever, I put flams on them. Just to make it a little bit more difficult, I don't know. And then the sound, the precision is, with the flams, it makes a difference. So, I think that's pretty much what sets me apart. And I work on different things that a lot of people pretty much don't even think about working on.
Like what?
Especially the off-timing. The off-timing rhythm, stuff like that. I really practice those things.
So how do you practice it, and how do you keep the timing as far as coming back on time?
Majority of the time, dude, you just gotta learn to count. A lot of drummers, that's their major issues is, counting, coming back. Their timing is a major issue in drumming. A lot of times, that's the most important thing in drumming is your timing, because you are the timekeeper. You keep the time. You know what I'm saying? You keep the pulse. You are the pulse of the whole band, the rhythm section and everything. So if your timing is off, then everything is